Have another beer, buddy.
Chatty chat. I think that they probably said that being shorter is advantageous.
Well, they need to teach me then. There you go. So we had to poke a little fun at him. Call you Ginger Swag.
Yeah. If you weren't bowlers, what would you have liked to have done instead? Anything else. Literally anything else.
That's a great answer.
The horse is so dead that it's on some kid's school project on a landfill already.
And there you have
that one before.
No. We'll talk about that one.
Terrible idea.
We back.
Yeah. This is the easy one to do.
It feels weird because we've done a show, taken a week off, done a show, taken a week off. But now we're back, right?
Yep.
We shouldn't have any breaks here. We've got leagues starting back up in the next week.
Yep, so we got a few things to talk about tonight. We got our scratch draft league that has the draft on Thursday. We're also, we got fantasy football started up. I'm only in one kind of have fun league, but you've got big time stuff. So I figure I'll let you give some,
3 of them now.
Give some of your expert analysis.
3 of them.
The string pin thing has been an interesting conversation. I think it's only going to become more and more interesting. I think that that's going to become a reality at some point. So it's fun to talk about the differences between. We haven't bowled on them before.
Nope.
But it would be a fun video to drive out to because they got them in Wamego now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I would definitely go out there.
Got the Light Lane Center there. So yeah, I'd love to go. I'd love to go check it out just for the heck of it and see what it's all about.
Wamego's what? 30 minutes from us?
Yeah, it's not that far, 30, 45 minutes.
Oh, that's not bad. I would do it for that. It'd be different. I mean, I've seen videos and whatnot of the string pins, but
yeah,
we can talk more about that whenever we get into it. But. Yes, sir.
So yeah, we've got a few things. I thank Mr. Matt Mace for bringing us back some stuff. Cedar Dust, Boundary Bay India Pale Ale. This is.
Does it say where it's from?
Bellingham, Washington.
Washington. Okay. String pins. I might be able to pick up a 710. You have a chance.
Actually, nobody will ever pick up a 710 again. That's the funny thing about it.
I guess that's true because
no 710s, no messengers.
Oh, you will get some weird hits on the 10 pins though.
Yeah,
they'll just randomly
you
fall.
Get some weird hit. I think again, it's going to be like twisters. There's going to be some stuff that sucks about it, but there's going to be a trade off.
Oh yeah, give it the
twister pins do some weird stuff.
Yes,
they don't carry the stuff you want them to.
But they carry the ones that you think have no chance of carrying.
Yeah, anything. You're like, okay.
Especially a gauge.
I'm going to take that. So, yep.
All right, and that's pretty good. A little hoppy. Hoppy, hop.
The hippity hop.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of a fruity taste to it, almost like a grapefruity.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
Brewed with 4 varieties of Washington-grown hops, and it's really interesting. My brother's messed around with hops, and he says he wanted to do an IPA series where it's just one single hop to try to show the notes off. And there was one that he made that was really fruity, and he said, "Yeah, there's no fruit in it at all. It's just the hops."
Really?
Those hops are just citrusy.
Huh? That can definitely taste a fruity taste in that.
Yeah, but this almost has that taste where it's not. You get the fruity kind of citrusy note, but it's not sweet.
Right.
So.
Not bad at all. Oz, did you go back to Motive or just run out of new cool stuff to wear? It's been sitting in the closet, and as long as it's got this logo or other side, this logo and this logo, I can wear it. So, not backed anywhere.
Did anybody read the 11th Frame article about the transgender story about the new USBC rules? I actually didn't hear anything about rules for that, or I didn't see his story, which is weird.
Yeah. What did he post that on Facebook?
Yeah, he had to. Yeah, every time he posts something to 11th Frame.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So yeah, I have no idea.
I'll have to check it out.
What's going on there? I wouldn't think it'd be as big of a deal as in other sports.
Swimming.
Because it's not a. There's no. Power doesn't necessarily get you anything. If it's something more size and power and strength, then you need to,
I wouldn't know.
I wouldn't either.
What is power?
All those power and strength games that,
yeah,
have nothing to do with me.
Yeah, I'm not even in the same sentence as that. Anyway, we can jump into string pins here.
Yeah.
So, like on the string pins, that's the new hot debate. That's kind of what we're talking about here. It's the new twisters, the new hot topic to talk about.
Yeah.
Now, we all love to hate twister pins, I'm sure.
I love twister pins.
Some people just absolutely love them. Like, are you?
I love them.
Really?
Yeah. No, they piss me off at Gage.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes.
And they don't piss you off at Aaron's.
No, the shot pisses me off at Aaron's. The pins are fine.
See, I blow or 8 blow or 9 pin at Aaron's more than I do anywhere else, ever. I had a complete fry out over that one time out there. So.
I tend to kick the corners a little bit more on twister pins. I don't think I leave as many corners, but yeah, the back row in general, there's more of those.
Oh yeah.
And the big thing for me that really pisses me off is that they don't seem, for some reason, I get more mixer 10 pins, like, mixer 7s for righties, mixer 10s for lefties. Mm-hmm. I get so many more mixer off corner, alternate, or the opposite corner pins on twisters than I do on wood, which makes no sense. Because twisters fly more. How am I getting these just flat, pukey? I can kick the corners, but if it's a mixer, I can't get the 10 off.
Like, I leave a lot of swish and 7s with them.
Andrew. Hi, Andrew.
Hey, Andrew.
What's the difference? Yeah, we went and saw, when we were in Vegas, we went and saw Andrew at Red Dwarf, which does have, and this is right after we went to the $80 a head buffet. We went back and got cleaned up, and then we went over to Red Dwarf. It's a cool little tiki bar. Oh. It had just ridiculous beer. Ridiculous. And the pizza was so good that we ordered some breadsticks and some pizza after stuffing our faces for an hour and a half. And it's like, oh God, it was so good. We each ate half the pizza and
my waistline
shared the breadsticks and
pizza
and had
good beer.
And had a few beers. So.
Kind of hard to beat that.
Anyway, twisters are synthetic pins. They're not wood pins. They have wood pins that are coated with the
plastic or whatever it is.
Plastic. Twister pins are synthetic pins, so they're not wood. They're some kind of composite, and also they're where they're at their widest on the bottom part of the pin. It's a little higher than on wooden pins, so twisters tend to go that way. Wood pins tend to go side to side. Twisters go up.
Yep.
Twisters also miss messengers quite a bit more, I think.
They fly around though.
They fly, and that's the thing. But
they sound very plastic when they get hit too.
Yeah, but I like twisters. They bounce around a little bit more, but they like rounder shapes. If you get the ball cutting too sharply for them, you'll leave some crazy nonsense.
Oh yeah, like lilies.
Yeah,
lilies for sure. Yeah, absolutely. That's the more direct you can play those, the better off you're going to be. Unless you just have some million rev rate and throw it at 150 mile an hour.
Yeah.
But yeah, they definitely like straighter angles than they do big angles. So especially at Gage.
And I don't think, do they have twisters at Lunar?
No, they are wood there.
Okay.
It's one of the few Kansas City centers that actually has wood. Gladstone, I think, still has wood. Ward Parkway, I think, does too.
Yeah.
Aaron's has them.
Andrew's coming out for KCO.
Oh, sweet.
And I was going to say he might be able to experience twisters here, but no, he'll get to experience twisters in the den.
Yes, he will.
At Aaron's on Friday night.
Yeah, so you'll get to bowl on twisters. Yeah, they fly around, don't ever hit anything. That's a fact.
Yeah.
That's the crazy thing about the string pins is some of the hits I've seen on the string pin videos that I've seen.
Yeah.
Like ball will go through the pins great, and then the pin's just standing there and nothing hits it, and it just goes.
Yeah, it's because I don't know how that works too, because the strings have to be somewhat tight to hold the. I don't know how much slack
Yeah, I don't know.
is on those lines, because if there's too much, the pins won't fall down. But if there's not enough, then the strings are going to be hanging down and stuff could get twisted up. I don't even know how that works.
I have no clue. I mean, let's be honest, it's becoming a thing. Like we talked about pre-show here, was because of cost. It's a lot cheaper for centers to run string pins. I mean, of course, you still got to have some sort of mechanic, but
yeah, just because of the pin setter. The pin setters are extremely very, very simple.
Yep.
So
they don't even have sweeps, do they? I think they just lift up and then set back down.
We actually on the landing in Branson when we were there last week.
Mm-hmm.
Andy B's has string pins, because there's that 4-lane or 6-lane Andy B's that's right there on the landing. They have string pins, and so all it has is just some flap that actually comes down in front.
Oh, okay.
And people kept throwing balls, and they just kind of went through the flap anyway. So it's just the flap comes down is just kind of a hey, don't throw it yet. The pins aren't set, and then when the flap goes back up, then you're good to throw the next ball.
That's cool. I was actually curious. I didn't know, because I don't think I've ever watched them rack, but I mean, I could see where they just get picked up, and then if you leave a corner pin or whatever, it just puts the corner pin back down. I don't know.
Yeah, we hadn't stopped and watched before.
So we don't have a ton of info on it. We did want to just talk about it a little bit, just because it is a popular thing to talk about these days. But like we said before, if it becomes a thing, which I think it eventually is going to be a thing, they're probably going to have some kind of average difference from if you're bowling on string pins compared to wood or twisters.
Yeah, there's going to be some kind of a conversion.
Yeah.
Or something, I'd imagine.
Oh,
yeah, there would kind of have to be, but I don't. But I mean, Wriggles wrote an article about this too.
Yeah.
And there wasn't a whole, I think the difference in averages was only like a pin or two. It wasn't very much at all.
That's not bad.
As weird as the stuff's going to bounce, and yeah, you're going to have those ones where the bucket's standing there and just decides to fall down by itself.
I mean, my feelings wouldn't be hurt.
Mm-hmm. Or if you tap one starts falling, then the top of the string hits the other one, and it falls, and then it falls. But
okay, I'll take that hit.
There's going to be some other stuff that you're not going to get, and I would imagine that somebody asked here, or somebody did say that, hey, I got a. Like I said, he bowled string pins, and he was able to send a messenger. But I don't know how long they're going to let the strings go, because they have tested it at several different string lengths, and so I don't know. They might limit that length to kind of offset some of the nonsense.
Yeah, I can see that. They're going to have to do a lot of testing on it for sure.
Yeah.
Would it be acceptable if you get the bucket just cave the string pins because the string gets caught or whatever it is? Is it safe to go?
Yeah.
Or do I get fined for that?
Now, at the World Bowling Championships or whatever that they had here about a month ago down south somewhere, Shannon O'Keefe and there were some others that bowled on the string pins for like.
Oh, this was that long ago.
Yeah, because it's basically the Olympics for the sports that aren't in the Olympics, basically, but they were on string pin setters. So it was interesting.
I thought I saw something about that. I don't think I realized that was string pins, though. I just didn't pay enough attention. I saw some videos, but I just never realized that they were actual string pins. So it was in Birmingham, it says. Birmingham. Cool. Thank you. Good to know.
No, we just need to turn.
Is our mic? Can they not hear us?
Just need to take it up a little bit.
So cool. There is Birmingham. Jungle predicts the next iteration virtual. Oh, they're talking about the altered reality.
Yeah, I think that I'm not sure if they'll have another altered. They already had the reality check on the way. It's not quite the altered though, and the RSTX3 is kind of flippy like it, but you can throw that one through the break point, where the altered is just, you could just send it, and if you actually got it to go through the break point, cool. Well, the X3 wants to hook quite a bit earlier than the altered did, and you can throw it through the break point if you throw it hard enough.
And we talked a little bit about that with the reality check, because I talked about drilling one of those and elected to go with the X2 over that. So
yeah, I think that was a better choice, because Angel's just, without the rev rate, it kind of wants to stand up and quit.
Makes sense. Larry says mobile.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're going to get that Spectre Sapphire that hit the approved list. I'm pretty sure we're going to get that one. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure we're going to get it. I don't know about an altered replacement. It was pretty popular too, so I would imagine that that they'll just do it, just another thumb in their nose at USB-C. But
I'd buy one. I wanted one of those really bad. Stepchild appearance. And Hirschman's with us. What's up, Hirsch?
Oh, what's up?
Larry?
About to be back in this draft.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that in a little bit too. So those that aren't familiar with our local draft league that we have in Lawrence, Kansas on Thursdays.
Very interesting.
We are going to be drafting for that this week. So we'll talk a little bit about that in a little bit.
The Hopperator.
The Hopperator.
Rough Brewing Company, Bellingham, Washington.
So they're both IPAs then?
Yeah.
Cool.
It lists the the hops in here, the malt and the hops. Pilsner, for the malt, Pilsner, Munich, flaked oats. The hops in this one are Cryopop, Idaho No. 7, Citra, Mosaic Water, and yeast. Citra is what gives it the citrusy taste.
Yeah. That one wasn't bad at all. Wasn't bad at all. Don't let it explode on you.
Yeah. That's what we've got the... Whoa. This is a hazy.
Is it? Oh, yeah, that's definitely hazy. Does it say it's a hazy IPA?
I don't think so. I like hazies, though.
We got anything new at Norseman beer-wise? I haven't seen...
Yeah, he's got a couple of things that are up there. He's got a Doppelbock. And he's got some other stuff coming, too. But he's got a Doppelbock that's...
I think I tried that
8.5%. He's had one before.
So this is another one since that one?
Yeah, he said he had something else, a New England IPA that he had me try. That was good. And then his Oktoberfest is actually done already. So he's just waiting on September.
Heck yeah.
Hopperator, Rough Brewing.
Once again, thanks to Matt Mace for bringing us a couple different beers from Washington. Yeah. Appreciate it. They are very good. Well, first one let's try this one. I'll let you be the guinea pig first.
It's really smooth. Really smooth. That bitterness doesn't hit you at all.
No, that is smooth.
You get it definitely smells very hazy IPA with the citrus.
Yeah, Norseman's Oktoberfest is really good.
Yep. Yeah, KCO, we're gonna get a tour and have the menu, and
it's on Friday afternoon, right?
Yeah, Friday at noon is when we're gonna
nooner. Smooth as Hawes' bald head. I'm a little shaggy right now. I need a razor. I'll just sit here and razor it down on the show. Yeah, just watch Beautiful in action. Yeah, I've let it go a little long. So there you go. I blinded you with silence.
Yeah.
Right. Stuck on some Norseman swag. Oh, did you probably want a chance to check and see if they had the hat? I forgot to.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. I can almost get to start wearing my Norseman beanie again. I'll be here before you know it.
Yeah. We're already almost halfway through. August. And actually, my birthday is next Monday. I didn't realize it was going to be on a show day. So we'll have to drink sours all night.
I'll do it just for you. How about that? Definitely as hazy as Haas's brand. Love you too. Thank you.
I'll only make you drink one of them.
For your birthday, I'll do it. Dang it, man
I'll
of
have
the
to go
people.
get a special one.
You pick it. You can make it as sour as possible, and I'll drink it. I may make some bad faces, but just please turn the lights down. Oh, that's great. Sorry,
All right.
guys.
So let's talk some
Draft.
scratch. Yeah, the scratch draft league.
Yep.
And so it's not just a draft league; it's a scratch draft league.
Yep.
And the way that we work it is we used to only have like 11, 12, 12 to 14 teams, and then all of a sudden it jumped up to 18, which is the perfect
number.
Yeah, it's a perfect number because it gives us 34 weeks. Each team bowls every other team one time per half.
Yep.
And that just makes it perfect. Well, this year, most of the time we get to 18 with a few to spare, and it's kind of like, sorry, 3 or 4 people don't get picked. This year, 18 people are not going to get picked. There's a vote to take it to 20 teams, but then we'd have to either do double nights for a month, or we'd have to extend the season by a month.
Ugh.
And I don't think anybody's going to go for either one of those.
That's pushing us into June.
Yeah.
If not almost July.
Yeah, and nobody really likes the idea of leaving that many people off the list, but then that kind of makes it a prestigious thing to get to get picked. But at the same time, there's some people that are used to bowling the league every single year. They plan on bowling it, and there's going to be some of them that aren't going to end up bowling it this next year.
Yeah,
because there's so many.
Oh, the other nice part about 20 teams, though, would added prize money would be in because of the extra teams.
Yeah, there'd be some added prize money.
I don't know it's that much to really make it a big selling point, but
not really. And that's what Larry and Jesse were talking about it too. And it's like, well, there people think that we want to make the league bigger for the extra money, but they're like, realistically, it's not. It's not that much. It's not enough to screw with the way that the whole league is run. So if people want to go to 20 teams, so they don't leave people out, that's fine. But they're like, if everybody wants to keep it at 18, we don't care.
And the only reason I would think that we're going to get pushback on the 20, one or two really, is the added weeks, for one. And for two, the double up.
Mm-hmm.
The double ups are fun, but we don't get out of there till like 11. I think we got out of there like 11:30 last year.
Yeah, it makes it an awful late night. And for most people that have to work on Friday.
Yeah. Oh, you're at home on Fridays, aren't you?
No, I'm at home on Thursdays, and then I only work for like 4 hours on Friday, so it's really not that big of a deal. It's a very early morning.
See, I'm one of those people that has to go into the office, This isn't COVID anymore. I can't sit and drink beer on Friday mornings.
But yeah, so a draft league period is fun, but it's scratch, and it works.
It does work.
Because how we do it, so we have 18 teams. I started explaining this like 10 minutes ago. But we have 18 teams, and so the highest 18 averages from the year before are the team captains for the upcoming year, and the lowest average drafts first.
Yep.
We go all the way to the end. We used to do a snake draft for the first 2 rounds, but we have 3 rounds, so we end up it's 4-person teams. So we have 3 rounds of drafting. So it used to be a snake draft where you'd have the 18th captain pick. It'd go up to 1 would pick twice, and then it'd go back down again. It ended up being somewhat kind of uneven, and they thought to make it a little bit more interesting that they would reshuffle after every round.
Combined averages, right?
Yeah. So that you can't just take the 2 biggest names on the board and still have the same pick you were going to have.
It spreads things out. And it really does. It also gives people a chance to bowl with other people too.
Yeah, and it adds a little bit of strategy too. So what they do is they shuffle it, they reshuffle it every round, and the second round you're seeded by your total team average. So if you are a 220 average captain and somebody new to the league is 230 or something.
Yeah.
If you draft the 230 bowler, then your total team average so far is 450. And if somebody that's a 230 average decides to instead take a 215 bowler, they're at 445, so they would have a higher draft pick in the next round than the other captain would. Would it be simpler to keep the league at 18 teams and change it to 5 bowler teams? Probably, but nobody would want to do that.
No.
Nobody
likes 5-man teams.
Not a chance. Would not happen.
That would get shot down quicker than the 20 teams would get shot down.
Yeah. That would be the absolute last option. Nobody would want to have.
They already get wrecked as it is at times, and you had 2 more on a pair. It's no thanks. Yeah. And we would get done. We would easily get done after 10 o'clock every night.
Yeah,
easily.
It just works at 4-person teams.
Yeah,
and it's scratch and it's competitive, and so
there's singles built into it as well. We have single.
Yeah. So even if you're not on the greatest team, you I think it's called Peterson points. It's 30 points a night.
Yep.
And you bowl. Each bowler bowls the bowler across from them, and the top 2 averages on the team have to bowl 3-4, and the lowest 2 averages have to bowl 1-2. You can organize them however you want to organize them within that, but you can't. If one team happens to have a higher average, you can't reshuffle the entire team so that you can have an advantage.
And the other cool thing too is when the teams aspect is the rules that are now in place. Well, it's now for subs. So say I have to miss a week, you can only have the sub cannot average more than 5 pins of me.
Yeah.
Now the captain you can have anybody sub for, but the 5-pin rule really makes it hard. Pretty much makes it where you need to be there.
Yeah, they want you to be there, and so they make it that way on purpose.
Yeah, and I like that rule, which we actually just did something similar on Tuesday nights in Trevor's League. We voted in now because it's Topeka, it's 15 pins, but you got to be able to find people to sub.
Yeah, that's the problem if you make it too, good.
Yeah. So, but we're looking forward to it. Can't wait. We draft this Thursday. So
yeah. And it's $25 a night.
Yep.
And I think lineage is only like $11 or something. So most of that goes in the prize fund. Plus we have a weekly eliminator that they do. And then, the singles thing, they keep track of the singles points throughout the year. So even if you're not on the greatest team, you still get paid for being a team captain, for qualifying to do that. If you have, the top 4 or 5 individual points places get paid, and then the MVP gets paid. Yep. So you may not win as many points as somebody else, but if you have a higher percentage of wins to losses, if you miss a couple weeks or something like that, you get paid on percentage also. Plus we have a 300-800 pot that you put money into, and whoever hits the pot, you kind of split it every
we get enough we get honor scores, a lot of them. We've had nights where we've had 4 or 5 of them in one night. Didn't we have 300 last year or the year before? Like 5 guys shot 300 one night.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we actually, because we had 300s pushing in the brackets.
That's right. Oh yeah, I was one of those guys. I had to push, and I was not happy. I was like, "Can I just get 1 pin handicap, please?"
Yeah. Imagine shooting 300 and not making it through your bracket, or you did, but you just were tied with somebody else.
There was game 3 for me that night, and so I had to put. It was basically a push. So that sucked, but it is what it is. Are we still doing? We're not doing brackets anymore, are we?
No, because Patton's not going to bowl because he's still coming back from his hip thing. Everybody got sick of Russ and Trevor winning all the money every week anyway.
That's actually funny that you say that, because Tommy did say that. He's like,
Trevor's
not here tonight, boys. Let's play.
People wouldn't bowl because Trevor and Russ would win everything. So I'm going to pop the list up here just so that you guys can see the numbers.
Yes, I had a very bad year. Please don't make fun of my average.
So the highest average in the league is 243.69. The next one is 239.65. And these 2 names in red here at the very bottom, that's if people were to vote for it to go to 20 teams. These would be the 19th and 20th team captains. Don't think that's going to happen. And so we're going to end up leaving off, again, like I said, 18 people aren't going to get drafted. which is kind of rough, but it keeps the integrity of the league pretty high. The lowest averages in the league are going to be well over 200.
The bottom guy dropped out, so we can disregard him.
Yeah. So we're going to have 17 people not get picked.
Well, he's not even eligible to bowl the league.
Yeah.
So I'm not. I don't know what they may not realize that until they put it on there. But guys, it is 180, right?
Yeah. It's kind of a soft 180.
Yeah.
They would like it to be that, but if somebody's within a few pins.
I did see that. What is the guy's name? Is it Larry Beeson? He didn't enter his name this year. Usually,
he didn't get picked last year, and he wasn't happy about it. So
I think he got axed the last two. So, but you got to keep trying.
Yeah, I mean he's got to get his average up though.
I don't know what he averaged last year. Didn't he bowl? He bowled the Friday night league, didn't he?
Yeah, but he averages like 170 or 175 or something. So.
Yeah, so I think the top 72 cutoff is 206 average or so. Yeah, and there's going to be some names even down towards the bottom that guys will pick up, or guys and gals. I think we have how many female captains? Just one.
Yeah, Kaylin.
So you'll have some names that are down towards that aren't in that 206 range that will get picked for sure. Trying to see here. It's so small I can't read it. Like Jared Kessler bowled bad last year. I didn't realize he only averaged 2.0 last year.
Well, he kind of normally hovers between 2.0 and 2.05, so.
I thought for some reason he was more than that. No, maybe not.
No, I think he's 206, 207, 208 is about the highest he gets.
Okay, well maybe I was wrong then. For some reason I thought that he just I underachieved for sure. Austin Jacobson, he's around 208. Kinsey Miller, isn't she lefty?
Yeah.
She's Kyle Miller's sister, right?
Yep.
So, yeah, there's some good names in this. It's a fun league for sure. Should we play first round bingo?
Yeah. Let's play. That's what I was gonna say. Let's put this up and see how we think this is gonna go. So we are gonna have at the league meeting. We are gonna vote on whether it's gonna be 20 teams or 18. I'm pretty sure that everybody's going to vote for it to be 18 because it just screws it up too much if not.
Yes.
James is the first one on the list at 247. Remember, that's he probably won't. Sorry, James. You probably won't average 247 at Royal Crest. I'm thinking it's going to be 240. It's not going to be 247.
I can see him anywhere from 240 to 242, 43.
Yeah, he's going to be around the same.
Right around with Trevor. He's going to be
the Russ. Yeah, the Russ and Trevor range is exactly where he's going to be at. So,
Matt, to answer your question, there's no combo bowlers. They would already have identified it on this list. So, like for last year, for example, correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't Clark and Yuri already?
Yeah.
They were on the list as Clark and Yuri. Because they have to take their combined average.
So, yeah, we don't have any
combo players this year.
Yeah, we don't have any combos. All right, I'm gonna make you do it. We only have 3 of these cans left.
I like that though. That's not bad.
Yeah, it's
not sour, so I'm fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, we can start from the bottom. Should we go if we're at 18 and work our way?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that Smallwood was the first pick. For some reason,
there was some other. And actually, Dorego backed out, and then he came back in. I heard.
Oh, like he was quitting and not coming back?
Yeah, like he wasn't. Yeah, he wasn't going to be back, and then he decided to. Finish that. This might taste weird if that's mixed.
You can retract my average.
Yeah,
Jared.
Is that the Jared Kessler?
Trust me, man. I had a bad year last year too.
Well, that's what I'm gonna say. We were just talking about that.
I literally dropped off almost 15 pins. No, I was over 220.
Yeah, I was almost 230, so I underachieved.
We'll just add your handicap to yours.
Yeah.
All right. So Smallwood. Where's Smallwood going?
Smallwood is a player. I mean, he's 60-ish. He's
taking James.
Because he took Trevor last year.
2 years ago. 3 years.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
I was on Trevor's team that year. I do remember that. So yeah, he's gonna go big. So he'll take James.
Yeah, he'll take James.
Hardman's gonna go Nick Vaughn. Just a guess. He's going to go Johnny Clark or Nick Vaughn.
Johnny, yeah, that's who I would go for if I was in his place, because I don't think that Justin McAllister and Kyle Miller are both pretty good, but that these numbers are a little inflated. They bowl in a super cakey house, so they're solid. They're not 235 and almost 240.
Oh yeah, and you can shoot a million out there. Okay, so we're to Jeff Alton. Jeff Alton's he's the one that I'm not sure.
Yeah, he's the wild card.
I can see Alton going. I could even see him going as far down as Chubby.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see Jeff going down and getting. And remember, so if you're doing the math with us at home, Smallwood, if he takes James, that's going to put his average at 467, and it may not be the high. By the time we get down out of these numbers, that probably would make him have the last pick in the second round. Because I just don't see, even if Trevor's not going to have anybody available to pick to put him over that. Because he'd have to pick somebody at 224, and that's just not going to be available. That's just not going to be available by the time it gets down to it.
No way. Because it's the last pick. So.
Unless it's unless some of these people, I could see. Sometimes we've had this to where some of the 220 to 225 is a really funny zone because people. Or the first team captains picking will go for the big numbers.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Smallwood's just going to, I'm going to take this guy is going to shoot 750 every week, 720, 750 guaranteed. I'm just going to take him, and if I have to put together the rest of the team, whatever else, I know I've got a stud.
It is entirely possible because Hirschman said he got picked by Russ 1 year.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
How did somebody let that happen?
Well, and that's the funny thing. That's how Trevor ended up getting the Yuri and Johnny Clark combo.
I could not believe somebody did not buy him.
They just didn't want to mess with the hassle of the combo stuff, and the upside was good enough for Trevor. It's kind of like,
Trevor's sitting there because I think he took it with his first pick. No, he took Jared. You remember?
No, he took Yuri and because those guys were still on the board at the end of the
Trevor
first
didn't
round.
even know Johnny at that point.
Yeah.
Didn't know him at all.
Yeah, he knew Yuri, but
Yeah.
he saw the numbers on there, and he's like, we got to go for it. But that's the weird thing, again, with Jared being in that weird range. At 220, once the first few captains make their picks, then once you get into the middle of the round, people start thinking about the next round.
Yep. 100%.
So they're looking at, okay, well, if I take one of these big names, then I'm going to be further down in the next round after these guys, after Mike's taking a James,
yep.
and then, John's taking a Johnny Clark, and then Nick Vaughn goes, and Jeff Ussery goes, and Hirschman goes. And
I mean, Trevor, look at what he got last year out of the combo. He got Yuri that finished at 220, and he got Johnny that finished at 233. That is a heck of a combo for that.
Jared just said that Jerry's not going to bowl this year.
Is he on? He's on the list, isn't
Yeah,
he?
he's on the list, but he must have withdrawn.
So we're down to 16.
Yeah, so only 16 people aren't going to make it. So.
Okay, so Jeff Alton, we said, are we just going to both agree and kind of take a stab at it and say he's going to go like Chubby?
Jim Kent.
I can see
so
Chubby.
So he's going to drop down. So Smallwood is definitely picking last. He's definitely picking last in the second round. Hardman's probably going to be picking very close to last because he's either going to pick Nick Vaughn or Johnny Clark, I would assume. He might pick Hirschman or a Jeff Ussery.
Oh,
because
okay.
Jeff Ussery's only on there at 224. That's kind of a value pick because he's going to be 230.
Jerry hurt himself rebuilding a ball return.
Oh.
I hope he's all right, man.
Yeah, hopefully he didn't hurt himself too bad.
Yeah, I don't like hearing that. All right, so our first year captain, he's a first year. Actually, I don't know if Klaus has been a captain before, but I know Alex Minez is not.
Yeah.
So those are the wild cards. You don't know where they're going to go, what they're going to do.
Yeah. And they tend to go with people they know more often than not.
I don't know who's all close with him. Not saying.
Yeah.
Okay, Klaus has been. I couldn't remember if he had or not. I'm not saying that he doesn't have any friends or anything. I'm just saying I don't know who he really.
Alex might go Kyle Miller. I don't think Alex is going to pay a whole lot of attention to. He's going to take who he wants to bowl with more than he's going to play the numbers game, I think. I could see him taking Kyle Miller because they're about the same age.
Yeah, I could see that. We can settle on that. We can go Kyle
He
Miller.
might.
Yeah.
Mason Alvarado's on there. Alex might take Mason.
Is he two-handed?
Yeah.
Thought so.
So he's at 220. That'd be a good, solid somebody that he'd want to bowl with that wouldn't cost him too much. 442 is going to be sitting probably later in the second half of the next round, but not that far into it. He's going to be about middle of the next round if he goes that.
Okay, so we'll just we'll settle on Kyle Miller.
Yeah, well, so Kyle, that'd be the thing is he'd pay an extra 15 pins. So if he takes Kyle Miller at 235, that puts him up at 450 almost 460.
Yeah.
So he'd be very close to the end of the next round.
Yeah, I guess that's true. This is not a knock on them by any means, but like Justin McAllister, that number's a little inflated.
Yeah,
because he bowls in Emporia.
So that's going to be the one thing that's going to scare people off is he's probably going to average 225.
Yeah, and
but is how much later in he's one of those that's going to fall to one of these that would love to, somebody at the end here where they're going to have a decision between him at 237, so they're going to have to pay 230 for a 225 average bowler.
Yep.
But they're not going to have a 225 average bowler left on the list.
Yep.
So they're going to pay more than they want, but they're going to get something better than what they would otherwise get. And so they have to.
This is not a knock on anybody at all. It's just we're just thinking of where it's going to go. Okay, so Klaus, what did we say for Klaus?
Well, Matt said, what about Alex picking his dad? That'd be his dad's at 212.
I could see that
because Alex is he's a four ball. He's a four spot. He can hang with that.
I can see
his
that.
Dad's a three bowler. Even though 212, I think is a little down for Rick. I think Rick's got 220 in him.
Oh yeah.
So
I think I'm pretty sure he didn't have his best year last year. Not a lot of us did either, but there's some guys that did. But,
yeah. So yeah, that could be whatever. But yeah, looking at Ryan Klaus, there's some names that are still definitely going to be on the list.
Yeah.
I think that Justin McAllister is still going to be on there at that point. David Johns, Jeremy Raygart, maybe Usry, maybe Vaughn. I think those guys are going to be gone by then. I think, and part of it too is who you know.
Oh yeah.
Justin hasn't bowled the league before. Kyle has subbed in the league before. I don't think a whole lot of people know David Johns. Usry doesn't bowl very much, but he's a local guy that people know. Raygart bowled last year. Everybody knows Yuri. Everybody knows Rob. Mason Alvarado's a new one, but Alex and some of the other younger ones.
If David Johns is still there when Keeler picks, Keeler's taking him.
Yeah, definitely.
Keeler will take him, 100%.
So Ryan Klaus, I would have to say he's going to go if either of these guys are available, Johnny Clark or Nick Vaughn. I think he's taking him without even blinking.
Oh yeah, why wouldn't you?
That's nothing to even think about. And if I was him, I'd probably take a Jeff Usry or if Hirschman's still on there. I think Hirschman's going to be gone by the time we get to.
I don't think he's getting past.
No, he's going to be in the first.
I could actually see Jeff Bolton taking it.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. I think
that
if he's available for Ryan to pick, I would be stunned if he was available. But if he is available for Ryan, I think Ryan will take him.
Are you talking about Hirsch?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. If Hirschman's still available when Ryan picks, he'll take him. And if not, I think Hardman will do it. But Alex is one that's hard to read because Alex will bowl with just about anybody.
Yeah, he would. Yeah.
I think he'll make the best pick on the numbers, and he's really agreeable. If he doesn't know him, who cares? Yeah. He'll bowl with just about anybody. He gets along with everybody.
Mm-hmm. Hirsch, you wouldn't get past. I could see if you don't go from the start to Hardman, Freed will take you.
Yeah.
Freed will take you. I know Jesse would take you. 100%. You're not getting past there. I don't think you're making out of the first five.
I think Alex takes the highest name available on the list at that point.
I think you're right. All right, where are we at now? Alex? Okay, so not Freed. A new
Jared.
captain.
So, yeah, I don't.
And he's already said he's not taking Jaden.
Yeah.
He said, I love you, but I'm not taking you first round.
I think if Ussery is available, I think he'd take Kyle Miller if Kyle is still available. I think he'd take Jeff Ussery. He's going to want one of these big names. I don't think that he might go Jason Crouch, might go John Baton, actually. John Baton would be a good one to drop down to.
Yeah.
Baton's a 218.
I mean, Hirsch isn't wrong. They like to take lefties.
Yeah.
Guys like to take lefties, especially in that building. So if Rob's still there, I could see him taking Rob. That's just
Rob didn't have a great year last
yeah.
year. I didn't have a great year last year. And aside from Trevor, which I don't know how he averaged 240 on that, but
they played
they were a
last
little
year.
Because I went from 230 or 229 to 217. Rob went from 232 or 233 to 220.
Yep.
So for everybody but Trevor, they were tougher on the left side.
And here's the crazy thing too: a lot of people forget that sometimes guys will dip over onto the right side of the page for their first pick, so they can go higher the next couple.
Yeah,
it's not going to happen within the first 5, 6, 7 picks.
No, and they actually, I don't. Very, very rarely does somebody actually pay to go up a pick. They will after the fact, and they don't want. I mean, this happens, and everybody knows it happens. They don't want to talk about it afterwards because they don't want people's feelings to get hurt. But you don't necessarily pay up for a pick. You pay if somebody else picks someone that you want, then you negotiate with them after the fact.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're not necessarily paying for a spot. You're paying for a specific person. If they let people buy up in rankings, then it'd be just a
nightmare.
Yeah.
Okay, so free. We said free to take somebody like a Baden. We're just throwing names out there. I think he's going to take somebody he knows.
Yeah. So it's probably going to be a Baden or a Hunter Cole, maybe.
Yeah, I could see that. Tennyson
kind of bowls with anybody too. So I think he's really cool about it, but I think he's kind of competitive too. So I think that he would.
He's kind of a quiet guy.
Yeah, he'd kind of trend toward the higher side of the list. He'll just go ahead and take who he can get, especially since the first several names on here are going to put people way back in the next round.
Jesse's going to take the best he can if possible. I think.
Probably he's kind of on that line. But yeah, he would definitely take Hirschman. I don't know if he'd take Ussery or not. He might take a Yuri or a Rob or something like that. I could see that happening because that's about who we're down to.
Well, if Rob gets to Caitlin, we know Caitlin's taking Rob.
Yeah. I don't think that's going to happen, but I think Jesse would take Yuri.
Okay, so
Bo.
He thinks Crouch. Hirsch thinks Crouch.
Possibly.
And I think Crouch is kind of.
Well, and Crouch had a down year last year.
Yeah, he did.
Because he came in at 226 or 227. He didn't have the greatest
They also
year,
played a little weird last year.
Yeah. And Jason historically been a 235. I mean, this is probably the lowest he's averaged since he was in youth leagues.
Oh, he even acknowledged that, too. I talked to him about it, and he's ready to get the season started. So, yeah, he'll be a good pick. Bo McVay. Bo is going – I don't know. I don't know where he's going.
That one's tough.
I don't remember who he picked first last year.
Did we look down to I don't think we looked down to like a Nathan Hardman or something.
We haven't got down there yet. No.
I don't know if Bo would pick up Trent. Maybe, or Megan Carpenter. If I was picking in Bo's place, Megan is probably who I'd go for at that point. Because at 216, I don't think she has much more than that in her, but she's gonna be consistent. She's not gonna get 216 by shooting 700 one week and 550 or 560 the next week.
No, she's gonna give you a consistent week.
She's gonna shoot 630 to 650 pretty well every single week. So yeah. So I don't know. Bo's kind of hard to read sometimes. There's some value picks down there. Kenny Altman at 212.
Yeah.
He's got 220 in him, I think.
I think he was 220 the year before, I thought.
He's down a little bit.
I could be wrong.
Jimenez is down a little bit. Matthew Carpenter at 211, basically.
Yeah.
He throws it so good that
So
you can.
I could see Bo in that range there.
Yeah.
Caitlin, we know she'd go Rob if he's still around.
Yeah, Bo likes to roll the dice a little bit, but yeah, Caitlin, if Rob's still there, she'll take Rob.
Steve,
If not,
he'll take David Johns if he's still there.
Yeah, if not, she'll probably be looking at like a Nick Aguiar or Jeremy Raygart or Mike Hathaway. She doesn't really care.
No,
she's the
most chill person ever.
Yeah.
Danny Bradley is one of those names that, with him being only his second year, and he made captain in his first year, I'm really curious to see where he goes.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he's going to pick. I mean, if Jeremy Raygart's still there, I'd have to think he'd take the Kansas City guy.
Well, they're friends too.
Yeah. So I'd have to. If Raygart's still there, that's a done deal.
Oh, for sure.
That's just done.
Zach, I think, will take the highest available.
Yeah, Zach will probably. I don't with a Craig Dingle or something. That's Craig scores, but I think 218 is kind of his cap. I don't know what Zach's going to do. Zach's kind of a wild card. I think he probably would take the highest available that he could get.
Yeah, I think so. I really think that's the direction he's going. But like I said, I could be wrong. But I think that's what he's going to do. I think he'll go whatever the best average he can get, unless he thinks that guy just out-averages himself or whatever.
Yeah. Are the combined averages that a team limited at some level such? No, especially because it's a draft league. You just get who you get, and if you suck at drafting, everybody's just gonna laugh at you. So I mean, it happens. It's one of the ways. Yeah, if they're on the board and you don't take them, that's on you.
I mean, it's your opportunity to take them, and you choose not to.
And if somebody like Trevor ran over the league because he got the Johnny Clark Yuri combo, and he got Jared Freed.
Yep, on the second pick.
Yeah, so it's kind of like who let him have that team? Well, the entire league let him have that team. So it's really
it's on them. Yeah. See the rest of the way, I still think it's going to be all the way from Jay all the way up to Trevor. It's like Trevor said, he's got to take basically the best that's there.
Yeah, you've got to take best available once you get to that point, because at that point you need a good solid three bowler.
Yeah, you're going to Dorrego.
You can. Yeah.
He's going to take you.
Yeah, you can't.
Dorrego's going to pick another lefty.
That may not be the best idea though, because he doesn't like, and that's the thing. He doesn't like bowling against other lefties. He likes being so if he had, I think that he would skip me because of that, because he wouldn't want to bowl with another lefty on the same pair every single week.
I could see Jay or Russ take it.
Yeah, I could. I think Trevor might pick me if I'm still there at Trevor. I think he would pick me because he doesn't care whether he's bowling against a couple lefties, whatever else. I mean, he's going to get his no matter what. I think he would pick me if I got there. I don't know if I'd go to – I don't know who Jay would pick. That's the thing.
I'm trying to tell you, you're left-handed. You're going to go a lot higher than you think.
Yeah.
That's a premium. It's a premium.
I kind of backed into 217. I started off better and kind of got worse and worse throughout the year.
Plus, that's what I was saying. You had realistically, you had it down here as a lefty, as a captain too. So I'm telling you, I think you'll go. We were talking about this before. I think you'll go a lot higher than you think.
I might. I mean, I might get picked up by a Jared Freed or a Mike Tennyson.
I could see that.
Jesse might, depending on who's available for Jesse. And again, if David Johns goes earlier and Hirschman's off the board and Ussery's off the board and Jeremy Raygart's off the board, I might get picked by Keeler. And if those guys are all off the board, I might get picked by Danny too. So I don't.
Hey, I want everybody to just make me your last pick and just build the best team you possibly can, and then I'll just come in there and pressure's off.
Yeah, I think I'll go in the last. I don't know. I think it'll be closer to the end of the first round, but I'm right under at 217. I'm worth taking the risk on. The guys that are in the 220 to 225 range, once those first several big average picks get off the board, then people like to dip into the 215 range to try to get some value for the next round, kind of in the middle of the first round. And then at the end of the first round, those guys just kind of take who they have to. They just take best available.
You'll see some 2-0s go off the board in the second round, too.
Yeah. Depending, because if they get a value bet in the second round, because there's so many big averages, there's so many big numbers left. There's such a tight from 210 to 220. That's like 25. That's 20 people. Yeah, right there. So they're so closely stacked up.
It's going to be fun to see how it all comes out to play. But I could sit here and do this all night.
Yeah, well, this is fun. I mean, this is
I could sit here and do this all night.
Even though most of those watching have no idea who any of these people are.
Oh, no, but that's okay.
The league is a very cool concept. It's very fun to think about it and kind of talk about it and the whole strategy of doing this in the first place. So if you want to do it in your area or get something like this started, say this is such a cool concept. And the draft is so much fun, and then finding out whose teams are going to be the best are so much fun, and then ending up on a crappy team is not so much fun. But
it happens.
Yeah,
it happens. If you end up on a crappy team, you just take your lumps. That's all you can do.
Yeah, and you still get paid decent.
Yeah, you still get a decent pay out of it. Some go over average, some also average. Yeah, exactly what Angel just said in the chat. It's fact. They'll take a 210 average player earlier than they should, just because they like them and they're buddies and they enjoy to bowl with them.
Yeah, they'll dip down to take some.
Oh, yeah, they will. 100%.
I could see a Jay Kreitzer going in the first round.
See, wasn't Jay a captain the year before?
He has been. I mean, 210 is kind of low for Jay.
Yeah.
He can put up big numbers. So,
I'm telling you, I think he was a victim of that they played as weird as they did last year.
I could see Futrell or Russ taking Kreitzer.
I can see it.
But if Nathan Hardman's still on the board, that's who Russ is going to take. Russ always takes Hardman's. If Nathan Hardman is still on the board, that's a really attractive pick for Russ. That put him like at 452-ish. Yeah. So he's going to get somebody that he wants to get, and that'll put him in a good spot for the next round.
They got kind of Hurst. They got a little different last year. Like it started out where they were like we had in the summer. They were nice and normal,
yeah, they were super easy.
And then all of a sudden,
the back ends got tight.
The gutters got wet. Yeah. The righties used to have just the absolute world, and they just it wasn't there anymore.
No, it's
it just got weird.
It got really weird.
And they were like that on. It wasn't just Thursday nights; it was Friday nights. Was like that too.
They were really cliffed because you couldn't play further. There was no blend further right.
Yep.
And it was that funny wiggle thing to where if you got it there a little bit too early, it'd go nuts.
Yep.
But if you got it out there a little bit too late, it'd just wiggle and keep going.
And you can just wave it bye-bye.
Yeah, it wasn't shocking to see somebody miss the head pin on a shot that really wasn't that bad last year. They just got weird.
Really weird.
For everybody, but I mean, Russ never gets close to the ditch anyway.
He just keeps the pocket playing.
Futrell does the same thing.
Yep. They were. It was just weird how they got like that. So I think some of the averages are a reflection of that reason, but there's some guys that also bowled really well with it like that. Slower the mid bombs, at least from what I saw when I was up there one night. I mean, you still had Alton still doing what he does.
Yeah. Well, if you either just zinged it in from straight, or if you kind of played that little fade, like Danny Bradley walks it out, Keeler kind of walks it out, Caitlin just straight down and in, Bo does whatever Bo wants to do. Jesse actually started playing right and just kind of piping it right down.
He was giving it the heater. Yeah, he was giving it the heater.
Because trying to hook it was just so inconsistent, especially if you like to bounce it. If you like to bump it off 5, that was wretched. If you kind of did that Russ thing where you just kind of faded through the middle and let it walk up, that was still fine. But, so we're getting down to the last couple of the first round. Russ would take Nathan Hardman. Trevor...
He'll take best available.
Yeah, so Hunter Cole would be, if Hunter's still available there, that'd be a good one to pick. I think he'd be looking down this list. He might go for somebody like Robert Calvano. That'd be a...
Trevor would 100% take Calvano because he likes Calvano too.
So yeah,
I mean, Calvano's just a straight up good dude.
Yeah, that might be overlooking a few people. I don't know where Nick Aguiar is going to go. I don't know there's not a whole lot of people that know Mason Alvarado, but I think he's going to get picked by an
He's pretty young, isn't he?
Yeah, he's just I think he just graduated.
So this is okay. So is this his first adult league?
Yeah, this is his first adult league.
Oh, okay, cool.
So I think an Alex Jimenez or a Ryan Klaus or Jared Freed or somebody like that might take him as a solid value pick because I think he's going to go over 220. Being his first year in an adult league, he may not, but if he does go under it, he's not going to go like 210 under it. He's going to go like 216 under it.
I mean, it's really one of those things. Do you think the kid can come out right out of, you know what I mean, your first youth league? See, depends on how much pressure you put on yourself.
Jeff White's low at 211, but he was out last year, and he's also coming back from a surgery. So
that's right. He didn't bowl last year.
He's a lot of practice, but yeah, he can put up 215, 220 pretty easy.
Yep.
But as far as who Trevor is going to, I think Trevor will end up at Calvano because I don't see anybody else in that range of who he would pick still being available.
He would take Robert. I know he likes Robert, so he would take him.
Yeah.
I could also see him taking Jaden.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, that'd be perfect because he's bowled with her before.
Yep.
And that would keep him at 253-ish.
Yep.
So what we're looking at really is at the high end is going to be 467. That's going to be the highest possible that anybody can really get to. So Smallwood's going to be last in the next round. But 250 or 450 to 455, there's going to be a lot of people in there really tight in that range because of who's left and who's picking. And
next round is where you're really going to start seeing like some of those 2-0s come off the board.
Yeah, then they're going to start looking down to like a Wesley Outman that's at 207.
Which he, by the way, earlier in the year I thought was a lot more than that.
Yeah.
I thought he was bowling pretty well last year.
Yeah, so I don't know how this actually happened. He needs a little bit more experience. He gets his self wound up a little bit too much. But
I averaged 240 something the first month and a half.
Yeah, well, he can string a bunch of 720s together too. So I mean,
didn't he shoot 300 on us?
If he did, either
that or 99 or something. I thought he shot 300 on us. I could be wrong. I think maybe Angel will remember.
Yeah, well,
it was the first night. Yeah, he was. It was the first time he got the Helios.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sean Beach is in at 206.
Which, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, he can average 220. So I mean, he's
yours bigger than mine? No, not really.
Not really. I have laser eagle vision.
Because I'm sitting here with.
I could stand way back here and still read these numbers.
That's insane. Yeah, Sean Beach is a former captain too, right?
Yeah, he can go for 220 pretty easy. So he would be somebody. If I was a Trevor, I'd be looking down there to get him and then have a really good pick in the last round.
That's not a bad idea.
Because if you're still, you might actually, if you're picking first in the last round, you might still be in this Ken Caudell, Jay Kreitzer, Kevin Burrell, Brian Evans, Rodney Burr. You're still going to be in that 210 to 212 range when you're picking in that last round.
On a side note, my mystery box shipped already.
Yeah,
that was only just ordered it a couple days ago.
Yeah, so. Cool Wick mystery box. I imagine they already have those packaged up. So
I think they're trying to liquidate stock or something.
Yeah, I think that's if stuff's not terribly popular or whatever else, they'll stick it in the
mystery box.
They've got some stuff laying around.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to flip back over and because we're not really gonna know without doing the math on everything. But yeah, you'll start seeing like a Sean Beach will go. He'll go pretty early, I think, if not late in the first round.
Yeah.
There's a few names I don't recognize on here.
Warren Elliott at 206. He could go for 212, 215. He stays pretty consistent, keeps it in play. Austin Jacobson's been getting better. Josh Wilson, I think, he's subbed a lot last year. I think he's better than 208.
I'll have to see his face to remember. I don't remember his name or his face.
He's the kid that wears the hat and he works in the shop at Lawrence now.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Sorry.
Ryan Miller's gotten really good at one-stepping it. He's at 208. I could see him at 215 easy.
Yep.
And then again, I think you're going to be up. You're not going to be 210.
I am not averaging 209 again.
I mean, you're going to be 215 to 220
I
probably.
Went from 222 to 209 in one season.
Yeah.
That was fun.
The shot hasn't gotten any easier we bowled there over the summer, and it hasn't changed at all.
I made some adjustments on some equipment there late that I found out. So
yeah, so it's not. I think our averages are going to go up. I don't expect to be close to 230 again, but the shot's still just not.
I think
as easy as it
well.
was
I found something with that dark code there.
Yeah,
the dark code. I found something. I took and did a little surface change late in the year with the Black Widow Ghost, and I liked that. It gave me more of the Jackal Ghost look. Yeah. And then I just drilled that RSTX3, so I'm ready to go. Yeah. And then you, of course, got bowling balls out the yin yang.
Yeah, I need to make smarter choices. I end up a lot of time taking stuff that I want to throw and nationals, and then going to Springfield was kind of a rude awakening here that I just need to forget trying to take stuff I want to throw and just commit to the lefty thing and be a lefty and throw what I need to throw instead of trying to make it interesting. Because that's actually what I did last year, or the first year I was a lefty. It was ProMotion Idle Synergy the entire year because I was just trying to stay out of trouble. This last year, I want to take this ball and I want to throw this, and I want to throw this, and I want to do this, and whatever, and just nothing. None of that crap even worked out. So I'm going to go back to just taking what scores. Yeah. And
I drilled the next 2, not next 3. Sorry, I did that earlier.
Yeah.
Sorry, carry on.
So yeah, the second round gets interesting. We don't know exactly, and sometimes people surprise us too.
Brian Evans is another name I don't recognize.
We might have somebody go wild and pick Sean Beach in the first round.
It happens. It does happen.
I would believe it because that would give them the first pick in the second round and give them a 220 guy at the same time. Sean had a rough year last year, but he's a 220 guy. Jay Kreitzer can go for a whole lot higher than that. So there's some very big value picks.
Maybe somebody that's in the chat, I don't know how much he bowls anymore, but I'm seeing Alonzo Spiller sitting down there at 195 wondering, does he just not bowl much anymore or what? Because I know the guy.
Depends on where he bowls.
He used to be pretty good. I just didn't know if he still bowls much. I haven't seen him in forever. I believe he shot 898 one time, which is, I don't care who you are, that's impressive.
Yeah.
Value picks can win you championships.
Yeah, because I mean, if you get.
Yep.
Again, if you find that's the one year when. Now there was.
Well, Hurst took a flyer on you when you first moved over to lefty full time.
Yeah, he took nobody had any idea what was gonna.
And you ended up becoming the captain next year.
Yeah. So I ended up doing really well.
And you guys won, right?
Yeah, we won. He got Jeff White too. Jeff did really well. I can't remember who our other one was.
Adam Riley.
Oh yeah, because I think I talked him into. I didn't talk him into it, but I said that Adam was going to be because Adam came in at like 206 or something.
Yeah, he ended up averaging, 210? Something like that?
Yeah, he was 215. And so it's like, so he got a bunch of big value. The year before, the COVID shortened year, my team won, and I took Tennyson. I got Tennyson at like 210. It just insane. I got him, and then I took Alex Jimenez too that was super, super low.
Yeah.
So I got big value out of I also took Ryan Walsh, who was at 215, and he only averaged 206 or 207. But Tennyson was like plus 10 or 15 pins. Alex was plus 10 or 15 pins.
Yep.
So it was a good year.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun to see it all play out. We could crapshoot the rest of that draft, but
once you get out of the first round, it's kind of without knowing what happens in the first round, it's hard to kind of mock up the rest of it and talk about it. But just some names to look at on the list here. Hunter Cole should be he's gotten quite a bit better. Colfax, I think, will go he'll average over 213, I think. He's been practicing a lot. Mike Lacey's kind of a wild card. He hasn't bowled before, but he's working the shop in Lawrence now. He's gotten quite a bit better. Kenny Altman's better than 212. Dennis Jacobson dropped to 14, I believe, or he's already been at 14.
He dropped weight?
He's been working on stuff. Rick Jimenez is definitely higher than 212. Jerry Kessler, of course, like we said, is unfortunately not going to bowl. Adam Riley, 211. That's that's about right there. That's about right there.
He's going to give you around that, yeah.
Yeah, he's.
It's not a knock on him, but that's what he is. He's going to give you right around.
That's just he's going to be right there. I think he can go higher than that, but I don't think he's going to go a whole lot lower than that. Jeff White at 211. Yeah, if he's in practice and he came back from his surgery, okay, he's going to be above that. Jaden's about 211. She could go for 215, I think. Matthew Carpenter, I'm pretty sure he can see the Matrix. He's just too smart for his own good, and I think I don't know. He's one of those people that just he seems like he doesn't care, and if you can just get him engaged in something, he'll shoot 750 and won't even blink at it. Like,
oh yeah,
hey, it was a pretty good night.
Yeah, it was a good night.
I throw it pretty good tonight.
Yeah,
and the same thing if he shoots 610 the next week, he's like, whatever.
We don't know if Larry Burton's going to be on the list yet.
Larry, I think he said if they go to
18.
Yeah, if they stay at 18. He's not going to bowl. He's just going to take his name off the list because, like, I know somebody had picked me, even though he'd be off he's outside of the top number of averages. Somebody would pick him to bowl with him.
Max Irvine's the two-hander, right?
Yeah, he's the lefty two-hander.
That's right. Bowled for KU.
Yeah,
he did the KU thing.
Yeah, I think he probably won't make it. Kevin Burrell will give you a 210. He just kind of points it right down the side.
I think Chris Quitiche will get in.
Yeah, I think once you get down to the end, some of these names that are under because the cutoff is Richard Allen at 2. If everybody were to just take the top average available all the way up and down, Richard Allen at 206.7 to be the last one getting picked.
See, I think Mike Gilmore gets in. He's bolded every year.
Yeah, he's bolded every year. Richard Allen is going to give you. 206 is kind of a budget for him. Michael Gilmore's lefty that twists it up. If Larry was on the list, somebody would take him. Yeah.
Gilmore's the motive. He likes motive quick.
Warren's going to be in there. Sean Beach is going to be in there. Santana is. I think she's from Kansas City, and nobody really knows her, so I think that she would probably get skipped. Now, Danny Bradley would take her if Danny was down in that.
Danny knows who she is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see him taking her. It's just a matter of a lot of times too.
He wouldn't take her if he takes Jeremy Raygard.
No, he wouldn't do that.
I don't know who Wesley Johnson is.
I have no idea who that is. I was wondering the same thing.
Austin Jacobson will probably get picked.
Awesome.
Yeah, all these names. That's if people do reach, I don't know who they're going to pass over to reach for. That's the problem. Is that Ken Caudell is going to get drafted, Jay Kreitzer is going to get drafted, Kevin Burrell is going to get taken, Brian Evans is the guy with the purple hammer from our Friday Night League. That.
Oh yeah.
I think he might get skipped. At 210, you can't skip him over for a 2-0 bowler. You just can't.
Yeah.
You're going to get taken. Rodney's bowled forever. He's going to get taken. Nobody's going to leave Ryan Miller on there. I would actually see him as Jesse Bauer's last pick if he's still available in that round. Josh Wilson's going to get taken. Austin Jacobson bowled forever. He's going to get taken. Kenzie's going to get picked. Wesley Outman's going to get picked. I don't know Wesley Johnson. He might get skipped over. Santana might get skipped over.
I have no idea who that is.
Brian Sexton might get passed over. Sean's going to get taken. Warren's going to get taken. Richard Allen's going to get taken. Michael Gilmore's going to get taken. If Larry Burton was on the list, he'd get taken. I think John Percival had a really good finish the last 3-4 months of the year.
And he
probably averaged 215, 220. Yeah, he's at 205.
A lot of this stuff is going to come down to people. Does anybody know him?
Yeah,
and that's it sucks, but it's going to come down to that because somebody may say, I'm just going to say Mike Gilmore, not him, for example. He's bowled it forever. A Max Irvine, he bowled last year. Somebody go, yeah, I think he really underperformed last year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Somebody could take him. I can see Quitiche going at 190 something.
Yeah. And Angel thinks she's going to get skipped. She might get skipped, but it depends on who's picking down there.
It's going to come down to who's picking where and how it all plays out.
I think if Keeler's picking later in the last round, he takes her. I think.
I can see that.
Danny Bradley might pick her up.
I can see that too.
Brian Klaus might pick her up. There's a few names that might pick her up, but it's Yeah, it's one of those things to where who you're going to have to skip over to get down to some of these people is rough. It's not necessarily that those people shouldn't get picked or that they're
Freed would take Quiddiche.
Yeah, it's just who you would have to pass up to get down to some of these names because there's a lot of quality names ahead of them.
They're not going to go far down into the 180s.
Yeah,
not when there's that many 200 average players on the board. Not a knock. People have down years, get hurt, whatever. But
yeah, I think Jared Freed would take Quiddiche.
Jared Freed would take Quiddiche.
Quiddiche is
college teammate.
He spins it up and he throws it a million miles an hour. He's not going to average 198. He's going to be 210 anyway.
The one that gets me is Kyle Lavelle, who's a former bowler in that league.
Yeah,
he's at
188. Yeah, so it's like how he's a lot better than that. So people better
make
sure
Ottawa.
They better make sure that they look further down in that list.
And so interesting. Well, we'll find out. I guess we can give you an update on all this on Monday next week.
I think man.
Easy.
I think Mr. Mace could average 210 if he hammer down.
Put the hammer down. Yeah, because what is he at on here? He's at 197, which is what he was at, 2 years ago?
Yeah, because he didn't get drafted last year.
That's right.
But before he was 205, 210.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah.
So we'll see how it all plays out. We can give you guys we should be able to get some kind of graphic to pop up and show it next week, right? I would think.
Yeah. Yeah, John Lander, I could see Trevor. Yeah, Trevor might take Angel. If he's picking later in the last round, I could see him going over some of these. I think he'd rather bowl with Angel than if he's down to it and you've got Santana and Brian Sexton and Michael Gilmore and Richard Allen and John Percival, Brent Kuhlman. He picked Brent last year.
Brent was his last pick.
Yeah, so I could see because Angel's only a couple names out of it. Yeah,
that's what I was sitting here laughing at. So it's the
you said butthead laughing.
It's always a crapshoot at that point in the draft. You just never know. A lot of it depends on how it plays out, but we'll find out. We'll find out. It's gonna be fun to watch. Well, we don't get to watch it, but.
Enjoy the last can of voodoo.
Isn't this one that Mr. Bill got us?
Yep. Enjoy the last can of the Juice Force IPA.
Dogs on the move. But, yep, there we have it.
Legendary. I guess the last one we've had this one several times.
Threatening me.
But this was on sale. 2 Evils, 13 Months of Sun. This has got Ethiopian ingredients, including teff, a grain that was one of civilization's first cultivated crops, and Ethiopian Sidamo coffee beans. So we've had this several times. She got me, I don't know, these were $2 for a 4-pack. They were on sale for $2 for a 4-pack.
That's pretty good.
And I said, even if they suck, get me 5 of them. Because it's $10 for 20 beers.
I mean,
how do you pass that up?
I could take care of it.
So I've got 2 left.
Yes, what Clint said. Smash that like button. Appreciate it. Voodoo Ranger.
Damn good show.
I guess now we can talk a little fantasy football. We can take our stuff off the screen here and talk about it. So you're playing in one league this year?
Yeah, I'm just going to do the Panda Pack League.
Well, I'd do it, but I'm already playing in 3. I don't think I can handle 4, even if it's for fun.
Yeah.
So I am going to be playing. My dad is calling me, and I'm in a show.
Interesting.
Yeah. I'm going to be playing in 3 leagues this year. All of them are PPR leagues. 2 of the 3 are going to be live drafts. So we're actually doing it I think our first two are the 21st we're drafting right here in North Topeka down the street. So if you want to pop in and say hello, you can.
Yeah.
The Viking? Is it the Viking?
Yeah. Vikings or something.
Vikings. Something like that.
I don't know.
We're doing it like noon on the 21st.
Viking Grill.
Yeah, something like that. Bar and grill. So if you're not doing anything, come down and hang out.
Yeah.
So I know what pick I am in one because I'm the newbie on that one. I am the 10th pick in the draft. We are a 10-team league. So I get to finish a whole beer by the time before I get to even draft. So it really, that strategy on that's just going to have to be what's available when the time it gets to me. More than likely, we'll go best available running back, wide receiver, and then because it's going to turn around and flip back around to me and run down, I'll probably, depending on quarterbacks that are taken ahead of me, I'll probably take a quarterback since I have to sit and wait a while. So there you have it. We do actually do a league on. One of them is through Yahoo, which is Paul. Trevor's dad runs it through Yahoo. Okay. Corey, Trent's brother-in-law.
Yeah.
Diedrich. He runs it through Sleeper. That's the first time I've ever used that app, and that app is really cool. It's like a giant Discord for fantasy football.
That's what we're using for Panda Pack.
It's like a giant Discord. Cool. It literally has a live running chat. And then the other one's through ESPN, which I'm playing is Johnny Clark's league. So I'm in playing. Yeah, Sleeper is really good. I'm really liking it. First time I've used it. So I'm in for a total of $250 this year. The wife forgot that two of the leagues were $100 a piece.
Yeah, I haven't played fantasy football for 5 or 6 years now, so I'm not up on the who's who, so I'm going to use this to kind of ease back into it.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea.
And I haven't played a whole lot, but I usually end up not drafting. I have very mediocre drafts, but my in-season pickups are
that's where it's at. So the strategy on the funny you say that. So to dip back in the first league I'm drafting, which is Corey Diedrich's league, it is a 10-team league as well. But for waiver pickups, we're doing a points system. So we're allowed for the season 200 points. Let's say there's a guy that's just been absolutely killing it and he's a waiver pickup. We all have to submit a bid, and we cannot regain those points back.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so we're doing something like that this year. It's going to be. This is the first time I've done something like that, so that's going to be getting some used to. The only part that sucks about something like that is if you get a team that the injury bug bites you.
Yeah.
So that's when it gets hard. But
I haven't. When I played before, I haven't had to worry about that so much. So yeah, I normally end up in the top 3 of every time I've done fantasy football. I've ended up in the top 3. Most of the time I'm in the championship game, but it's just because of who I pick up during the year actually ends up being an actual stud. Like Odell Beckham, I picked him up the first year when he kind of came into it.
Yeah.
And good pickups that it's not like, oh, hey, this guy just went off this 1 week.
Yeah.
I pick them up and they keep going off.
And they produce for the rest of the year.
And I haven't really had the injury thing hit me too bad, but
in one of the drafts we did last year, somebody took Javonte Williams for the Broncos, and I thought he was crazy. I thought it was a big reach. He took him. Granted, we're a PPR league, and it's not only with PPR, but a certain amount of touches you get more points, bonus points. A certain amount of yardage you get bonus points. But he just turned out to be just an absolute monster. I mean, he's literally going to be a top 5 running back in the league.
Yeah. So
I wouldn't even reach there.
Edelman and Danny Amendola for a few years there, because you knew that they were going to get like 10 catches. They were only going to get like 10 yards a catch, but in a PPR league.
Cooper Kupp, ladies and gentlemen, Cooper Kupp. That's who you want. Justin Jefferson, Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp had a monster year last year. Especially PPR. Oh my gosh.
Most of these people I have no idea who they are because I didn't even watch. I watched some of the Chiefs games last year, but kind of like I don't know. I'm not playing fantasy football, so I don't really care this year. I have bowling videos to make.
I just sit downstairs in and watch the 3 TVs and just go fantasy crazy. So I play Golden Tee and drink beer and golf. Let my wife breaks the mirror or the ceiling light because we played the Papa Shot and we were doing the around the world with it one night, and she had a little bit. She had done a bit of boozing. She just chucks it up, shatters the light, and I just look at her like, "Did you just do that?" And she's watching right now, and I'm sure she's going to kick me when I get home. But yeah, so what do you have a strategy you're thinking about going with, or?
Not really. I need to actually figure out who's gonna. I need to figure out who people are in the first place. because I have.
Is it a PPR league?
I have no idea.
James can probably answer that. I think he's in here. Yeah, he's in here.
Yeah,
I saw him in here.
I have no idea.
If it's a PPR, I can help you out. So, which one's the old guy in question? Yeah, so he is in here. You just, if you're the first pick, I'm sorry, you got to take Cooper Kupp. I'm sorry. If it's PPR, the guy is just a catch machine, and he went like crazy. Panda Pack is 1/2 PPR, 6-point passing touchdown, no kickers. Oh, no kickers, nice. Although I have won a few games late in fantasy with kickers, so kickers matter too. I actually lost. I think I lost to Dylan in the playoffs last year by 4 points because of a kicker, and I was winning the entire time, and it was for the money. You win that match, or you win that game. Next round of the playoffs gets paid. Kickers are done. Don't try to like because you won't. Hey, I'm sorry. The dude from the Ravens, he's a monster. But he just got signed to like a $20 million extension or something stupid as a kicker. Yeah. But yeah, if it's a PPR league, you really just got to pay attention.
See, the last Ravens kicker I remember is Justin Tucker. So
it is Justin Tucker.
Oh, okay.
It is Justin Tucker.
Okay, so maybe it hasn't been as long as I thought, or maybe I pay a little bit more attention.
Well, you don't have to worry about him. Apparently, you don't have kickers, so you're good. I'd rather you do kickers and don't do defense. But
Mike Smallwood. Okay, so Jeremy said, yeah, Mike Smallwood is awesome if you're on his team, but he's pretty competitive otherwise.
Yes, very, very much so. I've been on his team, so
yeah. So if you're on his team, you'll be just fine.
Yeah, if you're on his team, he's actually a really good team player.
Mm-hmm.
He actually will bounce ideas off of you and say, "Hey, what did you see here? What do you see here?" I just made a bad.
He's a very James teammate.
Actually, yeah. That's fair. I see that.
Yep.
That is really fruity.
Yeah. Juice Force IPA.
He was that year that Trevor and I bowled with him. He was a lot of fun. It was, matter of fact, it was Trevor, myself, Mike Smallwood, and Adam Riley.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a fun team.
Guess no Lion will be drafted.
No Lion. What?
Matt Stafford's not there anymore, so.
Yeah, no Lion. Yeah. Apparently Stafford has a bum throwing arm right now. So proceed with caution. He hasn't been throwing it this camp. So it's time for you to get on the old computer and start doing some homework.
Yeah, I need to start.
It's this time of year where I'm in the office, and if I'm not listening to anything, I just turn on the NFL Network in the office and just listen all day.
Yeah, I need to do some mock drafts and some other stuff
just get on and do review top rated PPR players per position, and it just kind of gives you an idea where to go. Now proceed with caution, just because they're higher rated.
Yeah.
AJ Brown got traded to the Eagles from Tennessee, so it's one of those where he was going to be good with. He was okay with how Tannehill, but what is he going to do with Jalen Hurts? So we'll figure that out.
Yeah,
you have to show me your draft. I'm excited to see how that goes, especially since you said you're not really into it as much as you were, but we have got you into daily fantasy, right?
Yeah, I might play some of that. Now, if I can just bet on the teams straight up, the player-by-player fantasy thing just pisses me off.
Really?
Well, because most of the time I have the couple players that do what they're supposed to, and then some people underperform just enough to – I never just have that week where most people don't. They don't have that week where they just kind of hit on everybody, but it sucks when you have the picks, the value picks, when you have them perform, and then you have the ones that you paid for to perform that have a bad week. It's kind of like, come on.
Yep.
I mean, this was the week that, you finally get the guys you go cheap on that go nuts, and then your big dogs can't pull it together.
Right.
Then it's kind of like, well, okay, I could have made some money.
Yeah, so you're approaching my bread and butter. College football on Saturdays. Boy, it's hard to get me to go anywhere. It's like, I got a freaking bowling tournament this weekend.
Yeah.
I could be sitting down here and watching college. I could sit from 8 o'clock in the morning when pregame stuff comes on and sit there all the way until 11 o'clock at night when it's all finishing up.
Because I usually do pretty good when I hang out in the sports book at nationals.
I don't know how you guys got if Trevor even left there. I could sit there all day, especially if we got games on. Be like, oh, I got a bowl. Oh, okay. Make more money doing this.
Yeah.
All right. Well, finishing up a beer here, and then
Yeah, we'll finish up. We'll hang out long enough to finish this up. I can talk some video stuff.
Yeah, go for it.
Got the X3 reviews up, the Hype Solid review is up, the Hustle USA reviews up. Those all come out on Friday. No, the 19th, a week from Friday. I have more time than I thought I had. So those come out in about a week and a half, and then the Night Road got postponed. The release date got moved to September 23rd. So that video won't be up until the 2nd of September. So there's still another month or so, 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks until we get a Night Road review. I've got plenty of comparisons coming. We filmed a bunch of extra stuff. So I've got sport pattern stuff for the X3 coming, the Hype Solid. We're going to have some IQ Tour comparisons, the Hustle USA. We're going to have some other stuff compared to that. So there is some stuff coming. Plus I've got a report card for the Zen Soul coming.
Treat Matt still. Yeah, they were good. Thank you, Matt. What else you got coming? Sorry.
No, that's pretty much it.
Okay.
Hope you enjoyed the beers. When I got them, a few people were getting high. Next door was a dispensary. That's that funny smell.
They're just high on life.
Yeah.
Are you a college football fan at all?
No, I can't stand college football.
Luke?
Because every game is like 55-10.
You're not watching the SEC then.
Yeah.
You must be watching too much Big 12.
Yeah.
Excuse my friend. He's from Kansas. He's a little slow.
Yeah, too many KU games.
You watch too much Big 12 football. All college games are really long too. That's the other thing, because every time there's a first down, they stop the clock.
Yeah.
To move the football.
So
KU football scores. Yeah.
Well, which is interesting because I can't stand the NBA. I like college basketball.
Me too. I can't stand the NBA.
I don't like the NBA, but I like the NFL over college football.
College football is going to get interesting with paying players. Yes, I agree. I think the NIL thing is getting a little out of hand. They're going to have to find a way to kind of sit down and hash that out, but it's going in the right direction because everybody thought, well, if you start paying players, everybody's just going to go to Alabama. Are they going to go here? No, you got the kid that was the number 1 overall recruit went to Jackson's down in it's a Division II school because they got the.
Well, that's the thing. I think some of them are going to get the endorsements,
Deion Sanders,
and so they're not going to care about. I mean, they're going to be able to get the endorsements, and if they have a particular school they want to go to, they're going to be able to go to that school.
Yeah.
They're going to get all their endorsements.
Yep.
And they're still going to be, they're going to get to play.
Yep.
Remember, that's the other thing is that some places like, well, gosh, I'd really like to go to this school, but I can't. If I can go to Alabama, I kind of got to go to Alabama. But now that they can get these endorsements, it's like, oh, I don't have to go to Alabama.
Yep.
I can go play where I want to play, get a bunch of experience, actually play.
Yep.
And,
well, a lot of times Alabama's we're just using them as an example. Alabama's so loaded every year that you've got kids that could be starting anywhere, sitting on the bench at Alabama, and that's why they just reload every year and just reload and reload because they just keep pumping out talent after talent after talent. Now, I'm sorry if we have any Texas fans in here, but it's so comical to me every year to watch Texas hype up. Oh my gosh, we're going to be so good, and then they just fall flat on their face.
That's a Texas thing.
The Hunter Ellinger, whatever his name is, Sam Ellinger. Yeah. At the year when they won their bowl game, and he says, "We're back," and then they come back the next year, just fall flat on the face. Love it. Sorry, I could talk college football all day. That's where I really start betting. So
Yeah.
I play the spreads. Trevor has gotten me into playing prop bets, and I really like to do props. So, say, take the NFL for example. I'll give you some names you know.
Yeah.
Okay, so take Clyde Edwards-Helaire, plays for the Chiefs. Say he's going to get plus or minus 15 touches. Is he going to get 15 touches? If he hits it, I get paid.
Yeah.
Will he get 55 yards receiving? Something like that. That's why I really like to play that stuff. So
I like doing the run line on baseball games.
yeah, run line's not bad.
Run line is great because you can take a team that you know is that should win the game,
Yep.
and it's like, well, you can get the odds more in your favor. It's like, well, I'm pretty sure they're going to win the game.
Yeah.
And if you take the run line, then you get the betting more in your favor, so that when they win the game, you get more money.
Yep. There's nothing wrong with that at all.
So
prop bets are fun though. If I get because now that it's passed, I don't know if you saw it or not, but Hollywood Casino is opening our first sports book in Kansas.
Sweet.
But DraftKings and all that is supposed to be allowing it now. All those apps that we go through, they should be allowing you to bet through Kansas. So you can finally
sign up for that BetMGM or whatever because that was supposed to be a pretty good one. But yeah, if DraftKings
check it now because you might be able to.
FanDuel will be
So hopefully we can. Wish they had more blind ball bets.
Yeah, we might have to. Yeah, we might have to take a road trip to Hollywood Casino at some point.
Darn.
Yeah.
Okay. Wish they would have
some
more
time because that's always that. I look forward to doing that at nationals, and most of the time it doesn't happen. I'll just like this year I went in long enough to just make a couple bets, and then we were gone, and then it's kind of like, oh, I'll come back and collect whenever I can collect, and I just didn't get to spend any time in there. But that one year where we went to Bowl Expo and there wasn't a whole lot to do, we spent, me and Horn and Rob, we each put me and Horn and Rob each put $10 in on a 9-team parlay.
9-team parlay, okay.
So $30 in, it would have been $1,100 to split if we'd have won it, and we got 8. But it was obvious. That's why we went with 9 teams because it was like Chris Sale was pitching, Clayton Kershaw was pitching, just absolute studs. So like all the studs were pitching that day, and it's kind of like, well, this is an easy win, and they were playing like awful teams too. So it was just the stars aligned and whatever else. We only lost because the Yankees were up 3 runs in the 9th inning.
Gross.
And they lost.
Oh, even better.
Going into the bottom of the 9th, they were at Texas. They were up like 5-2 or something.
That's hot.
We're sitting there counting our money.
Sorry, that's hot. I love it. Anytime
and
the Yankees
lost.
lose, I'm good with that. I'll bite my tongue. Screw the Yankees. Sorry.
They lost.
Sox fan here.
Yeah.
We're terrible. We lost 3 out of 4 to the Royals. Were you at the house that time I hit that 14 parlay? You were there. I hit that 14 parlay. We were eating in the garage. I'm pretty sure that was the smash.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that might have been.
And we had the Broncos were one of them, and it was the Bronco game I needed on the parlay, and it came down to like the last 2 minutes, and it was like it got so close. I don't remember what happened, but it was a turnover or something that I needed, or no, that I didn't want, and the other team was driving, and the Broncos had to make a stop late, and they did. It was like almost the goal line. I can't remember what the game was, but it was the 14 parlay, and I hit all of it but that one.
Yeah, parlays are fun too. They're quite a bit more risky, but yeah, parlays are a lot of fun.
Well, you can make money.
Yeah, well, yeah, you make a bunch of money. Plus, it gets you really invested in a ton of games, and that's what I like about fantasy in general is that it made me very interested in games that I would never consider watching.
It doesn't, even if you bet $5 on the game, you're not going to win nothing, but it still gives you something to root for and watch. Yeah. Like, I don't know. That's just me. And then now, there we go, Curtis. Attaboy. Yeah, no Yankees in here. Sorry if you're a Yankee fan. I like you, but I don't.
Aaron Judge, though.
Aaron Judge. There's
you got like Derek Jeter.
There's a picture of him as a kid wearing a Red Sox t-shirt. Top Hosmer plays for the Red Sox now.
Yeah.
He's still going to be him. He needs to learn to lift.
Yeah.
Until he learns to lift the baseball, he's just going to ground out everything. Good defense, though.
Yeah.
But since he's came to the team, we got swept by the Royals almost.
I do have to ask you about Derek Jeter, though, because I saw somebody on
Me?
well, there was something about Derek Jeter's final at bat or whatever else, and somebody was in the comments, "Oh yeah, I hate that guy. That guy's a prick." And I'm like, if you don't, I mean, you might not like the Yankees, but how do you not respect Derek Jeter anyway? Because he just
I respect him. He's still
he's still a Yankee, and I'm sure that
he's still a tool.
but it's like, how.
You're a Red Sox and Cards fan, but I'll always give. How are you a Red Sox and Cards fan? We've only beat you in the World Series twice in recent memory. So that's like punching yourself in the face, but getting excited about it at the same time.
Yeah,
that feels good.
Mariano Rivera. The Royals were the Yankees' farm team there for a little while.
Yes. Think about it, though. So the Red Sox beat the Cardinals in the World Series in 2004, and then turned around and did it again in 13, 14, something like that. 14, one of the 13 and 14. So if you're a Cardinals fan, but you're a Red Sox fan, it's like punch yourself in the face and go, yeah, that feels good. That feels real good. Sorry. Anyways, James, I didn't realize you were a Cardinals fan.
James was born in St. Louis, so he's a Cardinals fan somewhat, but he'll be a Royals and Chiefs fan when they're not playing the Cardinals or.
Somebody needs to take James to a Chiefs game. All right, we can sign off.
Yep, I think we're ready to go. I just got this little bit to finish. So
back Monday night.
Yeah,
I've been drinking sour beers apparently.
I'll make you drink one, but we're going to drink some Norseman stuff too. I'll find one really good sour that I like. I might have to go hunting around.
And you find it.
Mute fruit.
Maybe I'll find something that mute fruit. Maybe I'll find something too to surprise us with. Since it's your birthday.
Yeah, I'll probably have some Norseman stuff. We do have a bowler. We're going to have bowler shows for the next however long. He has no idea who we're going to get, though.
You need to wear a birthday hat next week. One of those little cone hats.
Yeah, we'll have to do something.
Do you hear what I want to do for the KCO? I want to get sweatbands from the whole team.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm going with Danny. Danny doesn't look at social media, so it's fine.
Yeah. Buddy informed Robert Calvano
played for the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Minor league system.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
He looks like a baseball player, too.
Yep. I was a baseball player, but I'm also short. So
yeah.
I was your prototypical infield guy. So
I was a pitcher and a catcher.
No comment.
Pretty good at both.
Played second base. Played a little bit out, though, too. Have my boss in front of me. Something with boss. Oh, cool. But anyways, we'll sign off here. But, yeah, you need to get you a little birthday hat for next week. Or wear something special.
Yeah.
That's my birthday. Cool.
Finally going to be Angel's Age again.
Uh-oh.
Mwahaha.
See, now you're on a level playing field. So she can't be like, I'm old.
Yep.
You know.
Well, we're both over 40 now, so it's kind of lost its interest
Oh, and you're hitting the 4-0?
No, right. I'm 41. I'll be 41.
She just turned 41.
We both turned 40 last year, and so that was more fun when she was 40 and I was still 39. Now that we're both 40, it's not.
See, that would have been fun if it was just turned.
I did tell Waswo that sometime between May and August, 9 years from now, he needs to have an over under 50, so she could be my over.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, you're going to have it for Waswo and them if they're still going, but no, because they do. Is it? Theirs is over 50, under 50, isn't it?
Yeah, it's an over 50, under 50. They just have to have it between May and August.
Just work out a deal for them here. Give you a little under the table. All right. Well, This weekend we're bowling in Royal Crest too. So
Yep. Looking forward to that.
The pattern doesn't look fun. Both of them don't.
No, neither of the patterns look fun.
25-1 ratio. Think about that and put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Yeet. I think I might actually make some money this weekend. We've been donating hardcore, but I'm feeling pretty good about this.
I think you're going to be throwing urethane on Saturday.
I am actually drilling my other pitch black. Like I said, I'm committing to this lefty thing. I'm going to have 2 urethane balls now. 2.
Dang, overachiever.
and 2 promotions.
I
So-
literally think you're going to be throwing urethane Saturday for sure.
Oh yeah,
Like Trevor reads
definitely.
that thing. He's like, I'm throwing purple hammer. Like,
Yeah. I'm going to be throwing the black urethane ball or the black urethane ball. So,
I think you should throw the black one.
yeah,
Yeah, there we go.
definitely. All right. Thanks, y'all. We will see you next week.
Monday night,
And,
6:30.
Yeah, we should. For the foreseeable future,
We're back, yeah.
We don't have anything going on until Labor Day. I think we probably won't be here on Labor Day.
Yep.
But other than that, we don't have anything.
Birthday boy edition.
Yeah. Hercules, y'all are gonna have to donate next week.
I'm actually
I won't let you off the hook.
I'm actually on vacation that week, by the way. So if you want to do something, we can.
Next week?
No, Labor Day week.
Oh, okay.
We could even do.
We've got to go golfing at some point. Like, holy crap, we did that tournament. We need to play.
We could even think of something creative to do Labor Day.
Yeah.
We could even do like a grill out and just chat with people or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll think of something.
Yeah. We might still do. Well, we'll have the Labor Day tournament at Olathe East. But after that, yeah, we can come
do
back
something.
and grill out. So
We can figure something out. Hercules.
Hercules.
Thank you, everybody. Once again, read the description, read down the codes below. Haas10, Rosedale 10, 10% off at coolwick.com. Check out the Discord. Link is in the description. Instagram, the breakdown pair. And to reach us at any time, email us at breakdownpair@gmail.com. Until next week for the birthday boy edition, we out.